Good morning, everybody. Hey, it is Friday, January 20th. I hope you've had a great week. Obviously, the stock market has not. We'll talk about that and more when we get on the radio here in just a few seconds. Before we do that, though, we talk about all the things that we can change and what we can't change, but what can we change? What things can we change? Well, how much risk you have in your portfolio is one of them. Do you know how much risk you have? Does it really match up with the amount of risk you should have? The other things that you can control if you proactively work at it is taxes. Saving taxes today for the future is a big deal. Give us a call, 863-382-0037. And let's walk through our core retirement design where we'll look at the risk, we'll look at the taxes, we'll look at the income and see if you're ready for retirement. 863-382-0037.
105.7 Light FM. There's Taylor Swift, and you belong to me. It's Doug Reese sitting in for Morning Dave here on your Friday morning, and it's that time of the day where we're going to head out and check in with Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services. He's got our update on what's going on in the market here on this Friday. Hey, Phillip, how are you today?
Hey, Doug, doing well today. I bet you're excited because, hey, you get to sleep in tomorrow finally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me. Hey, folks, it has been one of those seasons around here where we're giving back more than what we're getting. So at this point, we're seeing the markets really and truly having some struggles here. I think the Dow actually, I read, went negative for the year as of yesterday. So let's start out with those numbers. We had the Dow Jones Industrial 30 down about 0.75%. That's $252. Ended up at $33,044. The S&P 500 down about the same, 0.75%, $30 down to $38.98. The Nasdaq down almost 1%, down $105 to $10,852. So it hasn't been good the last couple of days when we look at what's happened on Wall Street. I know we weren't able to get together yesterday because of some technical issues, but yesterday was even worse. Or the day before was even worse than what we had yesterday. So we continue to listen to the talking heads to determine which way things need to go. And but we do have nothing really in terms of economic news, right? We yesterday, I should say, we can kind of recap what happened yesterday morning since we weren't on the air, but we did have jobs come out yesterday. They were better than expected. We had an initial job claims of 190,000. Expectation was 215,000. So, if you've been listening for a while, that's really not good news for the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. Continuing claims did rise a little bit, but not much. Building permits and housing starts. Both of those were down from the prior month, but they split when it came to beating expectations. So we had building permits actually down about 20,000 to 1.3 million. And the housing starts actually up compared to what they expected, but down again about 20,000 to 1.38 million housing starts. So we continue to watch the real estate market because it plays a big role in our economy, not just here in Florida, but across the country. So we continue to watch that. We do have existing home sales will come out today about 10 o'clock before we get started. I did read an article over the week or this past couple of days that said, talking big about silver, thinking silver's got a big comeback coming up this year. We'll continue to watch that because silver is trading higher than it has in quite some time. So we'll keep our eyes in the silver market going forward. On the individual stock level, we don't have much to really talk about. The only company that reported that really my tip sheet picked up on was Netflix. Netflix is a big deal, right? So the streaming stock was had a, well, I'm going to say this way. They had a decent quarter. They missed on earnings, and they said only because of the basically the difference in the financial currency, right? Because the dollar against the euro gave them some trouble, and so that was a big deal for them. And in this last quarter, they actually saw the number of new subscribers go up incredibly. I think that I saw the number, they went up 7.6 million new subscribers that they picked up compared to what was expected, which was like 4 point something million new subscribers. So that was a big beat for Netflix. This was the first quarter that Netflix rolled out. Remember last quarter, they rolled out their ad service where they actually have Netflix that has ads in it now. And so, so that's adding some to their revenue as a whole, but it did put some pressure on the earnings part of it because of that, again, because of currency issues there. But they're trading up today, 6.3%, a nice little jump for Netflix. Now, there are a couple other things that reported. I had to dig a little deeper for them, but Ally Bank reported, and they really had a pretty good a quarter last time. Let's see what it was here. Sorry. But Ally Bank beat by 10 cents a share with their earnings, and they are trading up substantially this morning. They're up 9.6% before we get trading today. So a big jump for them. The other big news today was Google. They didn't report earnings, but they did come out with a headline that said they're going to lay off some folks. They're laying off about 12,000 employees. The CEO of the company came out and said that, look, they hired for a different economic reality than the one that they see today. And so they're scaling back some of their employees, and the market's liking that. It's up almost 3.2% before we get going this morning. So some good news there. I looked ahead to see kind of what we can look at for next week. Next week, we do have a few things that come out on Thursday and Friday next week that are going to be, could be market moving. Obviously, we got jobs on Thursday, but the other thing we have is the first reading of the gross domestic product, the GDP. That will be really important. The market's going to be looking at that to see what that number looks at. How is our economy growing? Because that'll tell us how well we're doing right now. And then come Friday, we'll get the PCE price index. Those things can move the market as well. As we close out this morning, we've got kind of a mixed bag. Before we get started, we've got the Dow actually down just a tad, like $3. And the S&P 500 is up a quarter. The NASDAQ 100 is up 0.6%. On the other side, we've got silver making a pretty good jump this morning, back over 24, up almost 0.9%. Gold up a third to $1,929 an ounce. Crude oil, unfortunately, heading the same direction. Had a big day yesterday, up almost 0.4%, back up over $80 to $80.94 a barrel before we get trading today. On the European side of things, we got Europe is all in the green. They like what they're seeing over here. Asia as well. Let's see what they look like. They're all green. So everybody's kind of following suit, looking at what we're doing and in the green ink. As we close out the week, remember that in the world we live, there's a lot of things that we cannot control, but you can control the amount of risk that you have in your current portfolio, but you need to know what it is. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement analysis. And then join us this weekend, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
All right, Phil. Well, thanks for the update, and hope you have a great weekend. Dave is going to be back on Monday, and we will talk to you on Monday.
All right, man. You have a great weekend and enjoyed the week talking with you, and have a good one.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Hey, again, folks, I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that your week has gone better than the market. You have a great weekend. Hey, until Monday, have a great one.